This is the $1 million shot. This is like marketing. This is so much. So it's really, really important. You ready for the goddesses? You ready? Hello, I'm Vera. I'm the founder of Breast Cancer Goddess. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. And every retreat is a learning experience. It's a mental learning experience. It's a physical learning experience. It's a spiritual learning experience. And the first time I did the retreat, it's all learning, as you go along. And my motto was, don't tell them, show them. So it was everything that I wanted in a retreat. And it was healthy food, it was healing, it was connection, but it was also setting it back into the 90s. And when they first get here, we have them check in their phones. Like, I used to be a high school teacher, and I used to have my students like check in their phones and then give them to them after class, because it's so addictive, like everything else, like drugs, like whatever, flour, sugar, it's another addiction.
Oh, I don't know. I'm Helene. I am the co-founder of Breast Cancer Goddess, and it has been amazing so far. A lot more work than I realized goes into putting something like this together, especially when it's as grassroots as our organization is right now. I mean, we're a nonprofit, so just starting out, having to do a lot, like basically take on all the roles. But all the women arrived yesterday, and thankfully we had a chef to cook us dinner. And I taught the yoga class, which was great. It was so nice just for us all to ground and breathe together and really arrive. I can feel some people are a little bit nervous and, not knowing really what to expect. And so starting the day with some yoga and meditation and deep breathing was really nice, just to settle everyone's nerves and for everyone just to arrive.
Don't go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the rhythms and the...
We don't just dress to impress. We dress also to express. I love that. I actually just made that up. 90s outfit that I've had on so far. It's such a vibe. It's such a vibe. Look at it. Look at that. Look at that. I love these butts and I cannot lie. These other things cannot compare. Fashion is a form of expression. So that's why I've always loved fashion. It's always been a part of my life, and it always will be, no matter what. No matter what I'm going through, I try to have fun with what I put on my body, because we got this body, and as much as we treat it like a temple on the inside, it's also fun to adorn the outside in beautiful things and just feel pretty and dress up.
One thing here is we are living in the 90s while we're here, where cell phones didn't exist, playing music from the 90s. Some people are dressing up in the 90s, and we're having great conversation that is not cancer-based. Some of it is. We're also learning about nutrition, using yoga, the breath work, learning Ayurvedic ways of cooking to treat our bodies more metabolically through food to help us heal cancer.
Use this as a time to detox. We are so addicted to our phones. We need it for everything. What about this person, that person? Who cares? In the 90s, we didn't have to text people all the time. Mm-hmm. Your family will be okay for the weekend. They're not. If anything happens, they'll find a way to get to you. Mm-hmm. So don't stress about that. You know what I mean? We're so connected. So use this as an opportunity to detox. That's just as important for the goddess. The goddess has to be mindful in the moment. And when the device, you're not in the moment. Mm-hmm. I don't care what you say, you're not in the moment. Sure. We want to be in the moment. Okay. Let's just hold hands. I know, it's a lot of holding hands and kumbaya.
Vera, you know, she gets emotional because she's got such a big heart, and she wants people to experience so much of this beautiful life that we're given, right? So it was, you know, I felt it. I felt her energy and her gratefulness for all of us, and it's beautiful what she's doing. I think she's an amazing person, and the fact that she just wants to spread that love to everyone else is just, it's amazing to see. And it's been a long time since I've done yoga, so it just really solidified the fact that I need to do the practice more often, just because I am so inflexible. I do weight training now, but I don't do any kind of stretching really, or any kind of yoga currently. So I need to really get back into doing that.
Like, when you use the cancer excuse, right? Yeah. Like, so it was like, I was like, well, then I said, well, you know, I had cancer, da, da, da. And my daughter's like, oh, yeah. So, like, everybody at the table went around and they used my cancer as well to get themselves out of trouble for something. Like, right. It was like they were doing their confessional, like, well, I was late for work the other day and said I had to help my mom with cancer. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. It wasn't exactly that, but, like, whatever reason, like, they pulled the cancer card, like.
For me, what has been most impactful for me has been the cooking, the learning from the chefs how to cook more healthy, how to remove certain things such as sugar and replace it with coconut sugar, how to change if you're using syrup to maple syrup. We had a call with a holistic chef this morning, which was very impactful to me, to help me to realize some of the things that I can change. Yet are all now connected. We know each other. We're all from different parts of the United States. We come from different parts, but we've connected together because of the ugly, horrible thing that we call cancer, which has turned into a beautiful thing for us, to bring us together, to connect us, to make us more healthy, to make us more beautiful, to make us appreciate the earth, make us appreciate appreciate how we live, even to the things of how we eat, what we put into our mouths, and how we even speak to people, how we talk to people can be affected by what you learn and what you're exposed to. So I learned a lot from this experience. I'm very glad that I came.
So we went to bed at midnight last night. We were up dancing, having a good time with all the breast cancer goddesses. It was great. I really enjoyed that. Even though I was tired, it was fun.
Welcome to my Hi, I'm so glad you're here. I'm Bev. I'm going to be with you today.
Hi, Bev. How are you?
Hi.
When we got there, Anita Diamante, who wrote the book, The Red Tent, was there.
Oh, know about you. We were talking about your book over brunch this morning.
Oh, you're the author.
Guys, the author is here. The author is here, guys. Can you believe that? We're going to have to get a photo with her.
Absolutely.
100%.
And she also actually built this mikvah. We got to see the mikvah bath, which looks much like a baptismal font, and learned what they're for. And then we did a hand cleaning with water from the mikvah bath and learned about why they do that. And it actually was very, to me, spiritual. When we were sitting there before we started, Helene did kind of centered us with breathing, and while I was doing that, I just had this overwhelming warmth, like a spirit, go through my body, and it just brought tears to my eyes. So it was a very, very, very moving experience that I'm so grateful for.
So my question for you, if anybody wants to answer this, why are we setting this in the 90s?
Because we didn't have cancer.
Because we didn't have cancer then, right? And this is inspired by the work of, Dr. Ellen Langer, where she brought old men back to what year? Do you remember?
57?
No, 59. So it was in 1979, Dr. Ellen Langer brought old men in their 70s and 80s to a retreat center and brought them back to 1959. And even the decor, what they listened to, what they watched, was all 1959. So they mentally were in 1959. And then after that, what happened?
They got better.
They got better. Well, they improved, right? They had improvement.
They were a little more
They believe they
agile.
could do it, and
Yeah,
what the mind
Exactly.
believes, then
the body follows. So that's why we're here. And do we need to talk about cancer? Do we talk about cancer in 1990s? No, no one had cancer. So it doesn't really make sense to talk about cancer. So
it
we
was
just
around, but very rare.
right.
Not like it is today.
No, not like it's
Exactly.
We don't have 1 in 8 women getting breast cancer, and 2 in 5 getting other cancers. And we didn't have kids getting cancer like kids are getting it.
today. So our goal now here, even though we feel compelled to talk about cancer because we all have cancer, or in remission or whatever whatever your path is with cancer, we don't have to talk about it because we never had it, and thus we don't have to be in the mindset of cancer at all. So every time you want to connect with the goddess about cancer, just look at that. You know, why do I want to talk about cancer?
Like, don't.
Mama Warbucks is here. Mama Warbucks. Hi, baby, you made it. You
I
made
did.
it. Oh. Come on in. Come on in. I'll get your back. I'll get your back.
Okay, hi.
Yeah.
Greetings from. Hi. Hello. And this morning we got up, yoga. I did chair yoga because it's hard for me to get on the floor. And then Vera made a very, 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 very delicious porridge, which I want to go home and, I want to take the recipes. Of course, I saw a cookbook on the table, and I thought, okay, I'm going to order the book.
This is a yummy cancer-fighting porridge. And it's got blueberries, organic blueberries. It's got pomegranate, oatmeal, which is also organic, and a coconut milk, a little bit of salt, ghee, and cinnamon. And then you can doctor it up if you need a little extra sweetener, a maple syrup and monk fruit, although I think it's sweet enough. And then we got chia right here. We got walnuts, and we got hemp seeds. And this is almond butter. And then you have almond milk. All right, so go forth, have fun. Yes, help yourselves. Yeah. I'm very grateful for these women who have made it here and have come, but I'm also figuring out ways that I can create an income for myself as well, because right now I'm just even, right? It's like everything I don't get donated, it goes right into our retreats and our programming and everything like that. So I'd like to be in a place where my family is financially abundant as well. And I'm finding ways to do that. It's not going to be pole dancing or selling my body, which I wanted to do to fund this venture. I'm going to try to find better ways to do that utilize my skills. I have a lot of skills. I think that the pole dancing idea was outlandish, and it got people really concerned. But I'm someone who just comes up, with these things that I want to do, and then I just do it, and then I either want to continue doing it or I don't want it. So I could have done it one night and then been like, not for me. But my friends and family were like, no. So we're headed on a surprise field trip So the goddesses have no idea what they're about to do right now. And that's exciting.
Where are we going? Where did she get us going? And then we all went,
Pole dancing!
get our sexy on. Get our sexy on.
That's what we do here at Breast Cancer Goddesses. We learned how to be pole dancers.
Today, Vera surprised us with a pole dancing class, and I was surprised that I actually enjoyed it and was good at it, which is not something I ever thought of trying for myself. I just thought, like, I can't do that. That looks hard, or that's just not me. I loved it. This weekend has made me feel very comfortable in my own skin, and I'm grateful for that because it's not a feeling I have often. I feel like my vibration is just so high right now from the healing events we've done, from the people I've spent the weekend with. And I'm just so grateful to have had this opportunity and would wish this for other women who are going through breast cancer.
A very exciting moment for our retreat here.
Oh boy.
Memorable experience. Oh boy.
It's hard.
What is dirty dancing about?
What? I think we just got moving. I think we just got moving. What? In one question. It was all decided. No! Don't make me do that again! What's it dirty dancing about?
It's not two dancers that dance on the mud, okay?
It's got
So they're everyone's super supportive in it, and like she's like, just come pick it up and it's yours.
Whoa.
But she also said she only wore it like once or twice, and then it was pandemic, and she's like, okay, fine, I don't need it.
Yeah. This is the community wig. We need more community wigs.
See, like it looked. You looked amazing.
So do you.
I look like I'm wearing a wig.
Yeah, so do I. I don't have straight hair. What? Yes, it looks nice.
This is my confessional. Wait, I gotta do this appropriately. This is my confessional. Excuse me for laughing. Wait, this is the awakening. We can do the religious thing, but you know what? We don't have to bend in a confessional. The confessional's right here. It's in your heart. It's in your mind, it's in your soul. That's where the confessional is. Didn't even need my trauma stone. I brought my trauma stone because it absorbs the traumas I've had in my life. And this is a creation. So therefore, there is a creator. But this creation absorbs energy. And it absorbs the energy of trauma from me. Actually, for anybody. And it's the power of belief. I've enjoyed this time here. Great energy, great people, great nutrition. Nutrition is so important to the body. They say you have a holy temple. Well, you do have a holy temple. And that holy temple needs to be healthy. And that's how, with nutrition, that health comes. Big Pharma is a big lie. Nutrition, that's the awakening. Nutrition, happiness, thought, positivity, sound bites, that's the awakening.
us dancing so close. Ain't a new idea, 'cause I'm watching now and here. The way that you shake it on me makes me want you so bad, sexually. Oh, girl. Staring back and dancing kind of close. Feel a little close on you. Now, girl, I know you felt it. Ooh, you know I can't help it.
The goddesses just had acupuncture with Daphne at Open Space Acupuncture. How are you feeling, goddesses?
Amazing. Oh, so
Acupuncture, acupuncture. Put the needles in your body to make you zen. Acupuncture, acupuncture. Daphne's like,
I'm getting poked.
That's not the first time she said that.
Oh, the raunchy, the raunchy.
That's how we roll.
That's
Our
right.
breast cancer goddesses. We runch it out.
Greetings, everybody. My name is Fabienne, and people call me Fab. And I am here at the second annual breast cancer retreat that Vera put together. She's a good friend of mine. I've known her for many years. I knew her before the cancer. So it's just magical to see everything that she's accomplished, you know, just because of having cancer and how it's inspired her to do so many great things for other people that suffered with cancer. She created such a phenomenal outlet, a movement where people are coming together and, you know, sharing their stories, and at the same time coming together to heal through the spirit, to heal through the inside, the intuition part of it. And so I'm here all the way in Boston. I am from Miami, Florida, and it has been a very inspiring weekend. I've met people, I've heard their stories, and I am just so fascinated by the strength of the people here. Really clearing the mind, what we're doing is focusing on the breath. The breath is now. The breath is present. Present is what? The gift. Okay? So it is our gift to be alive, to breathe, to connect to our breath, and to be in tune with the breath. When you think about the breath, you are staying in this moment, the power of now, this present moment. And how do we want to feel as we breathe? We want to feel good. We want to feel connected to self. We want to feel more alive than we already are.
I came across Vera at a really rough time in my life, not knowing what to do to be a healthier version of myself. And she was just so inspiring, and I was hooked. I tried to attend every single class that I possibly could. And I ended up getting Student of the Month, and I got to come to this amazing retreat, and I feel just very blessed and grateful.
Hello everybody, my name is Janet, but you can call me Jan. I am so honored to be here with you all today and being able to meet Vera and this wonderful community. I embrace dancing because it brings me so much joy, and I just want to share that with everybody today. This is Dancer System, and before we get started, I just want to know where you all are joining from. Can you put in the chat where you are located today? I'm actually in Crawfordville, Florida with my family. Boom, boom, boom. All right, let's go. Oh! Yeah.
To host these events, it costs money. You need money. You need money to have the house, right? You need at least 7 bedrooms, 8 bedrooms. You need to pay the facilitators, and every facilitator has their price. And then you have food, so it's a big expenditure. It looks like, oh, we're healing. Yes, but as the founder and the person who's, signing the checks, we need more abundance. We need more abundance to keep putting on these events, and then put on events that are not retreats, that everybody needs healing. Everybody needs what we have to offer. The facilitators that I'm bringing together that are just so well heated. They're so well versed in their craft.
What I do as a chef is I'll take normal recipes and show people how to make them healthier. Like what can you take out that's processed, or even the sugar, switching like white sugar to coconut sugar, different things that some people don't necessarily know. It's like a simple tweak in the recipe and it's still going to be delicious. It's still going to be healthy. What I also do when I cook is I always play mantra in the background. This is actually the frequencies are for healing cancer. I downloaded a whole playlist. So all of that frequency is going into your food. Sound is one of the most potent healing modalities there is. It actually brings discordance out of the body. So now this way I'm infusing it right into everything as I chop. I'm envisioning like life on the vine, healthy mantras are as I'm chopping. It's very rhythmic for me. So that's what I do as a chef.
The food that we're serving, I've gone on retreats, breast cancer retreats before, and the food, there's not an attention to nutrition, but nutrition is so important. It's so important. So we have an incredible chef who has brought us tons of produce from her work and fresh food and healthy food. Basically no flour or processed sugar. If God didn't grow it, we don't eat it here at our retreats. I weigh and measure my food because I've been in recovery for food addiction, and I've been in recovery for 21 years. And I came in bulimic and broken, drug addicted when I was 24, and it saved my life. And it's one of the reasons I'm doing so well with cancer too, because I still got cancer doing this for 15 years. So I can't imagine if I wasn't doing this for 15 years. No flour, no sugar, no alcohol, no caffeine, no drugs, no mood altering drugs of any kind. Meditation every day, and I still got cancer, a genetic cancer, very aggressive. So this is one of the reasons I'm still alive, is because I don't eat flour or sugar, processed sugar. I eat God's sugar. I usually don't do bananas, but I'm on vacation. This is the highest glucose. So try to avoid, if you can, stick with berries, but
I am one of the breast cancer goddesses who was chosen to receive a scholarship to come on this retreat, which means so much to me because it's not something right now in this moment that I could pay for on my own. So being chosen to have this experience is so special to me. And I'm so grateful to Vera. I'm downstairs right now making a vision board. That's also something I've been wanting to do for a long time. It does come up in different healings that like messaging comes in for me that like a vision board would be something that would really help me. My problem has been actually sourcing the magazines and the materials to get the words and pictures from. And so Vera has this whole collection. We put it out on the table. Everything's just there. All we have to do is really like look through and get inspired. So there are 4 or 5 of us downstairs right now sitting at the dining room table with all the magazines and materials and just, flipping through them and cutting out pictures and words that mean something to us, but also like talking and connecting. One of the biggest draws for me in this retreat, aside from the connection, is the fact that all of these different healing modalities that I want to do or am trying to do are facilitated for us in one place. I like to do acupuncture and I like to do sound healings and I like to do massage therapy, but I have to seek those out and like make all the different appointments and get myself to them. And what is so special here is that it's all available to us. And we're, it's all scheduled and a lot of it is on site here. And that for me is just amazing. A whole weekend of healing where it's just available. It's so good. And it's so important to do it in a space with other women. Having their energy, I think increases the healing.
Who gets down with sauerkraut? Yeah, every day. There was a study done with Polish women, and they didn't have cancer because in Poland they eat like a ton of sauerkraut, fermented food, very good for probiotics. And then when they moved to the U.S., they stopped eating their sauerkraut, and their cancer rates went up. So that's a study right there.
I want to be here for my children. I never want to hear the word cancer again. I know that, it's a wake-up call. I think that if I don't change my lifestyle, I'm not going to be able to live as long as I want to live. I have to stop eating fast food, ordering DoorDash. I got to make my own meals. They're going to teach us about that here. Just having a holistic lifestyle. That's my goal. I want to change. I feel terrible that, I didn't follow, a better eating lifestyle. But I'm ready. I'm ready to grow and listen and learn. Also to be more mindful, wake up and instead of grabbing the phone, going and meditating. These are all the things that I'm learning. And so I want to continue this journey. I do want to continue this journey. I'm so thankful to be here. And I want to thank God mostly for saving my life and for putting the right people in my path. And these connections are priceless. And so thank you and God bless.
Thank you for putting this together for us.
Thank you. I'm so grateful. So yeah, I just, I don't know, I like to pray. And we all just hold on.
Yeah. And I want to thank Vera and Helene, and I want you guys all to know, leaving this, I feel like so much better, so much more relaxed, so much ready to have the tools to fight, to change my life, continue to change my children's lives, to carry this on, to learn how to eat better, love yourself, love your body, and it is a temple. Don't take it for granted, and have purpose, have meaning. And yes, cancer sucks, but it also has changed a lot of people's lives for the better, in the sense that it puts a new lens on us and it makes us look at life different, a little sweeter, a little kinder, a little more passionate, and also want to live all the experiences. So thank you again, and I hope that she can continue to spread this love and joy and grow her nonprofit to help other people.
Cancer has introduced me to an awesome community of other women who have breast cancer, and honestly, this is the best community.
If you're interested in looking at it, if you're passively perusing through the Facebook page, just click on, comment, connect. You won't regret it, but you might regret not coming.
My friends, who are all very well intended but do not have cancer, they continue to send me, these reels on Instagram or TikTok, like, oh, I saw a woman talking about soursop, or whatever, and and they'll send, and it's obviously it's coming from a well-intended place, but it's almost like I find it almost insulting to send somebody, to act like you're like this expert on cancer when you've never walked the path, right? So that's something that I've been experiencing, is that people will just send me all these videos, about cancer, and when I didn't ask, I didn't ask for it. I'm like, I didn't ask for your advice.
And how did you deal with it? How did you deal with that person?
So before I used to be like, thank you, because, and this is also part of cancer healing, particularly breast cancer. The spiritual reason of having breast cancer is typically someone that's overgiving and doesn't have boundaries, right? Because if you think about our breasts, that's where we give milk from our breasts, right? So
I
we get
agree.
cancer in the breast. It's like, okay, it's too much giving of the milk. It's too much over giving of yourself, and just letting people just come into your space and like having, you know, no boundaries, which is something I'm very guilty of in the past, and another reason why I'm but what cancer has kind of helped me to do is to like put those boundaries, right? So I finally just said to my friend, I said, please stop, and I wrote in all caps. I was very firm because I've been nice about it before, and it didn't stop it, you know. So I was like, oh my god, people just need to like, you gotta tell them like stop, you know. Otherwise they don't get it, you know. And so
they're over loving.
They're over, and this, you know, this friend of mine, I know he's coming from a really good place, and you know,
it's not that they don't care.
He
They
cares about
it's
it.
too much.
It's just like,
And
you know, he's just like, oh my god, my friend has.
You know what? I think they're dealing with their emotions too.
Yeah, they're dealing with their emotions
They're sad emotions.
That's
too,
very
and they
true.
want to help.
And they
wanna
project
help.
upon
They
us.
project.
That makes us feel more anxious. And but it's their energy. It's
It's
their
energy.
stuff.
Yes.
And we don't have to take that.
Exactly.
I would love for Vera to be more resourced, so that she, instead of dealing with all of the logistics, the small things like cooking meals or finding event space, I would love for her to be more resourced so that she can really just bring her full energy to the breast cancer goddesses on the breast cancer retreat. So that is something else I'd love to manifest for her, that her nonprofit gets, you know, abundant funding, and she can have help. She can afford to have help.
The part I like the best is really the sisterhood with everyone who has had a similar or shared experience with you. It's great to talk to other women, get other perspectives, and just the positivity of the group is amazing and uplifting. And future retreats helping support the group, because what's happening here is special. So just, supporting the group and supporting Vera, because she has a vision that's amazing. And like I said, what's happening among the women is really special, and it needs to happen because we need support during this time. Women need to come together and help each other out, especially when you have a breast cancer diagnosis and you may not have that in your own community. So building this community is really important.
I'm an art-based mindfulness specialist. I'm a personal coach for artists and creatives, and I work with museums to provide mindfulness programs that have to do with art observation. And so what I wanted to offer you today is an opportunity to do some art-based mindfulness that hopefully just really puts you in touch with yourself and is centering, grounding, stress relieving, but also maybe provides some vision. It hopefully fits really well with the experience that you've already been having doing vision boards. So this is another way to bring vision into your retreat experience. Mindfulness happens when we bring awareness and compassion together. So if we don't have compassion, we are just paying attention. But once we pay attention with compassion, we're being mindful. I'd love to start to describe this as we would describe it to somebody who couldn't see it. Okay, so we'll just collect some observations. How would you describe this image to someone who couldn't see it? What do you notice here?
Given that this is my second time here, I can with confidence say that this opportunity has been life-changing for me. From the previous retreat I came in, you know, scared, in the middle of treatment, with no real information on how I'm going to navigate this. And I left the first retreat feeling empowered, feeling like I could, you know, control the outcome of my life. And I left with so much knowledge, and I've taken that with me and I applied it in my life. And I feel 100% better in every aspect of my life. I feel healthier, I feel stronger, I feel more confident, I feel like I really benefited from the first retreat, and to have this opportunity again to come and go deeper in my healing. Like, wow, what an incredible gift.
I just got to thank all the women here. Our stories, they're all different, you know, different journeys, different treatments, just our stories in itself taught me a lot. And most importantly, the connection that we as a group, off the bat, right from the get-go, we knew that this was going to be a lifetime event that I will never forget. Blessings to all of you who will see this.
This is exactly what women who are going through breast cancer need. Like, I wish there was more of this in this world. Like, this is healing. This is healing. I was actually talking to my husband, and I told him I honestly believe that this aspect is just as important as surgery, as chemotherapy, as all the other treatments you get. This is just as important, to be able to distress, to decompress, to connect. And I just want to thank Vera and all the donors and everybody that makes this happen. Like, this is such a gift for anyone that is struggling, anybody that is going through breast cancer. And thank you. Thank you.
Oye, chicas, mira, escúchame, por favor. Este lugar es muy importante en mi vida porque es el edificio para mi retreat center.
Oh, okay, okay.
En el futuro,
Sí.
posible. Espero, yo hablo con Dios porque yo quiero mucho. Okay. This is the space that I want to have our retreat center. It's been sitting like this for 5 years.
Oh.
And it's the old Somerville Journal. The old Somerville Journal, and so you can see the you can see up there. Yeah. The old Somerville Journal was the old newspaper for Somerville.
Is it for sale?
No. And the owners just sitting on it and allowing it to just completely get destroyed. And it's a beautiful old building. I'm doing my best.
They don't want to let it go?
I think they're sitting on it for tax purposes. I don't know because they don't communicate with me. But I've sent letters, I've called, I've done everything I can because it's such an amazing, beautiful space. So I'm manifesting, and then this is the outdoor area, and this in Somerville is like unheard of.
Yeah,
it's unheard of. You don't have this kind of access. But I'm seeing so much here. I'm seeing so much here.
They already have the string lights, Vera.
Well, that's been there for 5 years.
That's insane. This is amazing.
I know, and it's sad. It's sad what they're, it's just, rat poo.
Right, look at this, like.
And if you're watching this for a fundraiser, please support, because this is an important thing for all cancer patients to learn, to grow, to know you're not alone, to know there are so many other people out there going through the exact same thing at different times and at different stages. And you need that support, and you need it for the rest of your life. And so please support Breast Cancer Goddess and the foundation, because it's wonderful and it has helped me so much.
Oh my god, I need to see her go. Oh my god.
yeah, support Breast Cancer Goddess. It's a great foundation, and I see it growing and becoming an amazing foundation. So thank you, Vera. Thank you for Breast Cancer Goddess.
So I'm going to end with a little prayer of gratitude. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Ventura Sosa Fernandez.
You got to show